Plywood isn't exactly the most glamorous category, but what if I told you it's full of untapped storytelling, offline first consumer journeys, and space for meaningful brand disruption? In this episode of Dear Marketer, we explore what it takes to build trust, collect data, and create memorable experiences in a low digital, high consideration industry. Joining us is Yatnesh Pandey, VP Marketing at Greenply, who's been reimagining how a legacy brand can think digitally, act regionally, and market sustainably. Yatnesh, thank you for joining me in this episode of Dear Marketer. Welcome to Chennai.
Thank you. As I keep telling, my soul belongs to South, so I keep loving to be there in the southern part.
Right, okay. So, I was going through your career graph and almost more than a decade in the home decor space. You've been in from Nerolac and then now Greenply. So, there is one thing that I find is that first, the category is not that glamorous as people would think, probably FMCG would be much more like attractive. Category has been this. And secondly, it is very cluttered. And third thing is, it's very unorganized as well. And it is highly commoditized. So what keeps you fast? Because all this while to be in this industry for over 10 years and also have this fascination to keep experimenting in marketing in this field in itself is a wow factor, that's what I would say. So how exciting is it for you to build go-to-market strategy for a plywood kind of a commodity?
Okay, yes, so I've been into the consumer home space marketing from almost around 2 decades. First half is the more with the electronics brand, which you can say have the more badge value, the glamorous. The second part is the home decor brand.
Yeah.
I will not say it's non-glamorous. They have their own importance.
Right.
And if you have to see this, the second part, which I say is more close to my heart, because the consumer does not just live into the home lives into the consumer heart. Yeah. So I am here to do the marketing which is very close to the consumer heart. Now, yes, the categories is the quite fragmented, and I think not the fragmented, if I have to use the word, the lopsided is more toward the private label or the regional brands. And these private label regional brands, especially into the wood panel category, they control somewhere around 2/3 of the market share. The national, or you can say the big organized brand, they have the less than 1/3, even they almost around 1/4 of the total market they belongs to. What this private label and regional brands do, they try to be the hybrid in between the price point and the specific need. But what the national brand try to do, they try to do the committed service in terms of the product quality, in terms of the after sales service, in terms of the innovation which bring the category movement forward. So yeah, it's the challenge as a marketer how to create a consumer attention towards this kind of the benefit. But you see, the consumer are the smartest among all, and they keep reading about what is the new good innovations in coming to that particular category where he is going to purchase about this product. And same is happening into the wood panel material category also. What we try to see, we try to handle or help the consumer in their home interior journey so that they should able to get the right product decision. They should able to have the frictionless purchase journey. That's the objective we as a marketer taking and then trying to facilitate to the audience.
Got it. Now, what is your value proposition from Greenply standpoint? For example, there are a lot of other plywoods that I said, and it is so unorganized that any market you go, there are a lot of shops adjacent each other, they can buy the plywood. But what is that value proposition that a Greenply brings in, that the customer, it's like a mandate for an architect or a builder or a contractor or a customer to be, have that affinity for the brand and also buy it from Greenply, not from some other unorganized person?
Yeah, like you see this smaller regional or the private label brand, they aspire to compete with the national brand like Greenply. And the way they compete only with the basis of the price point.
Right.
They don't bring it any new features. They don't bring it that's committed quality which we as a brand is going to do. Like if you have to see the last 1 decade, I will not go far behind. Last 1 decade, the kind of the innovation we had bring it forward to this category, and these were the innovation which has helped the consumer to solve some kind of the problem, like you can say the calibrated plywood. More and more furniture is now getting manufactured through the mechanized way. So now we had started producing the calibrated plywoods, so that machine can take those plyboards in a very easier manner. Same way the zero emission plywood, before the COVID we had came out with this innovation. Now everyone knows the importance about the how the clean, healthier, safer environment we need at the home. You spend a 60 to 70% time inside your home. So how the internal inside the environment can be the more healthier and safer for you. So these are the things which we as a brand keep developing, keep putting it forward, and we keep communicating it also. So consumer understand by such a incremental investment, they are reducing the risk of their overall the purchase decision making.
Okay. When it comes to purchase decision, like you said, it's mostly physical. People will come to the store, experience the product, and then the consideration is very high. So the period of consideration takes a longer time because a lot of influencing factors as well. And sometimes they go by what the contractor, the builder says, that okay, architect says this is good, so we can go with it. So most of if you talk about now, the lead gen funnel has been online. There are online touch points. It somewhere starts online. But for a company like yours, where the touch point has been physical, first, I have a couple of questions. First, how do you manage the first party data? And second, how do you enable it for lead gen and conversion?
Okay, so I think I had mentioned a few days back in one of my social media handle, the information gathering to purchase decision making movement in some of the categories is very short, and the web enables us to make this conversion just on the click. Even the delivery partners are now also started taking the timeline target. Earlier it was only the pizza and comes into the 30 minutes. Now you can order anything and you can get it into the less than 30 minutes. So that's kind of the race is happening.
Yeah.
But the home interior journey is not like that. It is the little long purchase cycle where even the arriving to the decision of going for a home renovation or home interior, generally consumer took 2 to 3 month time, womb to breathe, from where to start. So it's a long journey. They take a lot of deliberation in the shortlisting the option, evaluating the option, and then finally taking the decision making. On this journey, as a brand, our key role is to how we can handhold them, how we can nurture them throughout journey. If it is purchase decision making journeys 3 to 6 months, how I can sustain his concentration on this thing. So there is a various touch point communication where we keep influencing his knowledge, or we keep updating about the product feature, we keep updating about the design ideas, and all this keep happening. So you are right, in our category purchase does not happen online. Some of the very you can say insignificant percentages started happening in the online, but I am not seeing in the near future is going to convert that into the big part. But what is happening, whatever the online information the consumer is collecting, that is influencing my purchase offline. So consumer want to understand about the design, what kind of the design is going to fit in his space. Consumer want to get the aspiration about those themes. What kind of do he go for some rustic Indian theme? Do he go for some kind of the abroad international theme? Or if he has to look for the Vastu, all those kind of the things which he is trying to search and which trying to get the information, and that's the online which we are helping them. Right. So for us, lead is not just who is getting convert over the click there, but for us is the lead who has an interest for home interior journey and how we are communicating them, how we are convincing them. Regarding the first party data, we use the data very wisely and very cautiously. We have the consumer data platform, we have the data management platform, where we savor the information with their consent and the control in the consumer's hand. So whosoever is the audience there, the consent and control is very important. On that basis, we try to communicate what kind of the information he is searching it. So that's the way we nurture in his home interior journey, and towards the end, if his consideration is stronger toward the brand, he make the decision in favor of the brand.
Got it. What major role does a content marketing play in all of these things? Because first, when he comes to the store, obviously the relationship building would happen in store with the salespeople who are there. After that, the nurturing, like you said, are mostly online. You send email newsletters or.
Yes. So I think it's the mix of that online and offline.
Okay.
So we have the CRM is in place,
Right.
where the my sales team is also keep meeting them, keep sharing them the information whatever they needed.
Okay.
And same time the consumer also searches. So there are the various stages where the information search happen on this thing. Like the initial where the consumer is getting triggered the need of the home interior or the renovation. They try to figure out the more about the fundamentals things in terms of the how to start this home interior journey. So we create a content for that. If you can go to the our social media, you will find something which very basic content, very initial entry level content where we help the customer to understand how to start this home interior journey.
Right.
And same time it goes to the very advanced level content, key whether in the home interior they have to use the vastu, whether they have to use the themes, how they have to choose the material, what kind of the material, what should be the budget. So all those content we keep creating it. But you see the I say the consumers are the more evolving and the consumers are the more smarter than any brand marketers.
Right.
They keep making the kind of the shift in their preferences.
Yeah.
Some of the content which we create towards the end of the funnel, we see the getting consumed at the beginning of the funnel. Like the Vastu was the one content which we thought it when the consumer is able to make the final decision toward the home purchase journey, they will take this Vastu thing, but they are consuming it towards the beginning. So that's the feedback or those kind of the signals we keep including in our content strategy and keep sharing it to them.
Right, got it. I'm a personal fan of Greenply's advertising.
Thank you.
I love the TV ads that come out, starting from Savitri, the one that Malan Olintas did, and then to recently I saw one of the ad where the parrot is talking about the fire safe plywood feature.
Yes.
So I love the advertising part of Greenply. What fascinates me is that for a category like this and investing so much time and money into advertising, and you guys see that that's actually important to talk about plywood. I mean, people would normally think plywood के बारे में क्या interesting बोल सकते हैं. But then contrary, I see all these advertisements coming out and you kind of flip the entire narrative to making it more interesting and consumable. So as a as a third person, if I have to set myself away from the entire context and I just see it as a third person from this, and I feel the brand is cool. I feel, oh wow, it's very humorous, it's very funny. So there's an element of all of that in your advertisement. How big is advertisement a tool for enabling marketing for you guys?
Yeah, so I think the advertising has a good support for us into the marketing to communicating to the consumers. And as you mentioned, so we have the different facets of the advertising communication. So some find it cool, some find it warm, some find it as a caring. So it's based on to the which TG and how they want to see their brand.
Right.
That's the way we communicating it. Yeah, the tonality, as you mentioned, is the category of the low involvement category. Sometime we don't want to go through the very detailed knowledge about this category because once in a lifetime kind of the decision. So we keep our tonality very light, very humorous, because nothing connects easier than the humor thing. So we keep it on that way. And with our creative agencies, it's always mandate how can we create a distinctive assets. So like what the Gullu parrot campaign which you are talking it is the distinctive assets. No one has nowhere the parrot is talking about the how, and the parrot has a behavior to repeat the thing. So that's the repetitive nature of the parrot is telling about what the features are there. So these are the assets which we're creating, and somewhere we're getting the consumers love toward the brand by seeing all those communications.
Got it. Janam Janam ke saath hi, that advertisement, there is a mix of regional culture into that as well. So there is a Punjabi guy walking inside a Tamil home, and then there's a language Tamil, they're speaking in Tamil, and there's also Hindi, there's Punjabi. So there's a beautiful mix of culture in that particular ad. I'm heading to my next question with that context. How important has it been for you to infuse regional nuances into your marketing for selling in a market like India?
Okay, so if I have to see the regional thing, we see as a marketer, we see it into the two sides. The one is the cultural aspects, which I will come to later. The another is the lateral marketing. Lateral marketing is the how the product market needs getting fixed and stitched together. You see, the consumer needs were never consistent. It varies from the region or varies from the weather which they are living in. So the guys who are living into the down south, into the Kerala coastal market versus the guys who are living in the home which are into the upper north has a very different requirement
Right.
based on to the weather condition.
Right.
So we create a product which can suit to their need. Like in the Kerala, we have the Greenply Gold, which is a water repellent, because knowing the coastal region, knowing the rains, and same time in the upper north, we have the product Greenply Gold, which is a fire resistant, seeing the heats and the temperature. So that's the way we create those product nuances. Even for the rural market, we have the brand Jan Sati and Bharosa, which can go to the Hindi heartland, the rural market. Now coming to the cultural aspects, the creating a communication is the one part, and using the contextuality. You can see the kind of the festivals we participate into those regions, whether it's the coming Onam in next month, or the celebrating the puja, or doing the another festival things. The brand trying to seed in, because brand is actually the part of their everyday's life. That's the way we trying to communicate. And we have the brand anchor from the Andhra, Junior NTR. We have the communication which has a Gujarati characters.
Yeah.
We have a activation which is the very far east, the puja character. So that's the way the brand belongs to the everyone's, all Indians heart. This is the way we are doing the marketing.
Got it. There is a beautiful blend of storytelling to your demonstration of features. So where you're able to bring in that storytelling along with the culture, then you're talking about the feature. If it had not been that way, for a category like this, people would have found it so boring to just point 1, 2, 3, like how you said, this is fire resistant, this is cold resistant, feels very monotonous. So this is a conscious decision that you guys take, that no, whatever we do, any communication we put out, it need not be just the advertisement, but any marketing communication needs to be this way, is a conscious decision that you guys take.
See, I believe we marketer are the storyteller, because our end role is to how I can create a memory in the audience mind.
Yeah.
And if this memory is there, then that memory is going to create some kind of the impact, and most of the time it will be the positive impacts if the memories are into the good zone.
Right.
So we try to create a story which they are able to relate, which they are able to enjoy, and which are able to communicate our brand and feature benefits. So that's the way. But before the brand and feature benefits, the relatability and the enjoyability, that's our first two ticks are there. So and when sometimes some brands create onto the brand and feature, but we took it the brand and feature toward the end, it should able to relate to the audience, they should able to enjoy my communication, then they should get the takeoff of the brand and feature.
Got it. Safer environment, healthier environment. So this is something we're talking about. Lot of the consumer these days, probably 20 years back wouldn't have been the case. But now people are very conscious about all these buying. So even if it is anything wood related, why can't we use recycled one? Why can't we repurpose what is existing? So this kind of a lot of these things have been a talk in social media these days. So we have to bring in the factor of sustainability as well inside this, and you've built sustainability program in your career called Earth Matter as well for builders, architects, designers, and others. So what is your take on infusing the angle of sustainability into marketing communications?
Okay, so if I have to first say on my personal side, I believe living in harmony with the nature is the most important thing any human being can do. So whenever I select or whenever I choose of my career decision, I always try to see how the brand is doing action on this thing. Now coming to the brand Greenply, green is in our brand name also, but it is not just for the positioning or the communication sake. The brand believe on this thing. The our overall action, it reflects what the green philosophy or what the sustainability we believe on this, whether it's the responsible sourcing. 97% of our raw material getting sourced from the agroforestry where we plant the trees. So that's the question answer ki how the recyclable thing. So we are, because in the plywood manufacturing you have to consume the timber, and for that you have to cut the tree. are you going to consume the tree or you are going to plant the tree? So now the 97% of the overall our raw material is getting thing on this thing. Even 2028 we had taken a task to plant the 100 million tree. The last target we had achieved much before the timelines. 2024 December we had achieved the 50 million tree plantation.
Wow,
So
okay.
that's the way we are achieving on this thing.
Okay.
Now communicating it to the audience, there is a process and the communication plans are there. Like the most important link in this home interior journey is the architect's interior designer, because they design home and that home can be the environment friendly, that home can use the material which can be the environment friendly, which can be sustainable in nature. Most of the architect interior designers started giving attention toward this thing and they are patronizing this kind of the product also. We have the program called Green Rise. That's communicate to them about the how this product or this material can be not only secure the green building rating for them, but it can be the something which is a very sustainable balancing with the environment. For the product side, we communicate about the how the FFSC certified this product is there, how the Green 4 certified products are there, and a lot of social media content also. We had recently created one content with the Dear Marjeter. She's a UN ambassador on the green initiative. So we keep communicating to our audience so that they can understand the value of this thing. But as I keep telling, the consumers are more evolved, they are smarter than any brand, any marketing communication, and I am seeing the consumer preference toward this is moving. So from this, it's not the expectation, it's moving toward the preference. I have to go with this sustainable product category.
Okay. One thing I have observed in the market is that every brand these days just come out with these tags like handmade, handcrafted, sustainable, no cruelty. So these are some things that kind of are put out on packaging. I know I mean, obviously they would have done their own due diligence and the product development would have infused all of these things in it. But what we really need to do is show the audience or the customers that this is an authentic program that we are actually running. So it's not just for the sake of selling it to the consumers, but there are certain initiatives that we are really taking over. I think you guys are doing it wonderfully well.
I think you were pointed out a very good point. And if you can go to our website, you will see how many trees we had planted till yesterday. So there is a entire ecosystem is getting tracked and which very transparent way put in forward to the consumers. We are the brand who releasing their ESG report onto the set frequency. We are the brand who is taking the FFSC certification, Green 4 certification, where the plant stringent audit is getting done. So that's the way. So as I mentioned, it is not for us just the positioning thing. It is more in our belief how we have to operate in harmony with the environment and the ecosystem where the brand is getting served.
Got it. I can't end the main segment without talking about AI or MarTech. So MarTech, now we are saying that it is getting smarter. Plus we also have AI, which is bringing in a lot of revelation into how marketing is handled in itself. I have a couple of questions for you. First on AI. How are you guys using AI to help you in your marketing strategies? And second question is, in an industry like this, like that of yours, we can take it all collectively. It can be plywood, it can be laminates, it can be everything together. The emergence of immersive tech, it could be AR, VR. So how is it going to take over the customer experience altogether? So these are the couple of questions I have for you.
Okay, so first part is the MarTech. Now, because marketing is happened to the audience or the consumer who is going to consume a brand or the product. If my consumer is evolved, if he is using the smartphone, if he is spending his most of the time into those tech environment, so I have to be also there. So it's a very natural progression. Anyone can do. So nothing I have to claim it. I am using the marketing. It's the need of the hour. That's the way the ecosystem is moving.
True.
Now coming to the AI thing. Yes, AI, we are using it, the AI, and we are using it very smartly. We had moved from the pilot phase to the actual deployment phase of the AI. And the one thing which we are using it the more on the creative versioning, because consumer need not consistent, and we discuss about the regional communication, we discuss about the various communication, cultural, the product need. So this creative versioning through the AI is helping me to serve the right audience with the right messaging at the right time.
Right.
So which was earlier not so easily possible, through the AI it is possible on this thing.
Okay.
The second is the connectivity. In terms of the connectivity, the consumer need instant connect also. So we have those AI bots are there which can help the consumer to connect, and as the progression has happened in his purchase journey, then there is a manual interface is also going to happen. So that's the way the AI thing which we are using it. And in terms of the AR and VR, those kind of the things, it helps the initially to visualize how the design, how the services look like. But the consumer journey does not end here. He want to touch and feel in this category also.
Yeah.
But yeah, initially when he's entering into the design journey, he want to have this experience. So we use this kind of the technologies also, especially for our veneer surfaces. We send it to designs to the architect, interior designer, they showcase to the audience, customers also, and when the customer shortlist out of 10, then he can come to the showroom and then see the touch and feel experience. So they are the initial entry points for us, not the end point, but yeah, they are helping us.
Got it. We've come to the main segment's end, and it was a breeze to talk to you. I mean, you were very crisp and on point in whatever you were saying, super precise. I mean, didn't have to ask again or didn't have to elaborate more also. You were so on point and precise in whatever you were telling. So, wonderfully done the main segment. We will move on to the rapid fire segment now.
Yes.
So this is a rapid fire segment, and I have 5 questions for you in this segment, and I expect like quick spot on answers from you. I know you're anyway going to be quick and spot on as you've been in the main segment. So yeah, looking for no, not that. Looking for some quirky answers from you as well. Okay. First question is, what's your go-to unwind ritual after a tough campaign launch?
Vipassana.
Oh, okay, got it. Second one is, one thing that hasn't changed in marketing in 20 years.
Consumer need to enjoy and feel happy.
Okay. Third question, a research insight that completely changed your campaign direction.
The consumer is not able to tell what actually they wanted. Something is very hidden behind. So you cannot just straight away bank on what the research was showing. Something is hidden there. You need to connect those dots.
So you need to probe more.
You need to probe more. You need to connect those dots.
Okay, good. Next question, what's harder, pitching to the board or convincing creative teams?
I think we need to do more.
Okay, fifth question. This is the last one. One legacy brand you'd love to rebrand from scratch.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the rapid fire. Next, I have you ever segment for you. So in case if there is a yes answer, then you can show this one. If it's a no, then this. And then if you would rather not say, then I've got a reverted smiley for you. Okay, so I'll hand them over to you. Have you ever walked into a store to observe buyers secretly? Oh, that's a part and parcel of marketing, no?
Yes,
Okay.
and not ever. I keep trying to do it at least, not possible every day, at least once in a week. I
Okay.
love to observe the buyers.
Okay, and you don't introduce yourself as who you are. You just stand there and observe it.
And also, not only for my category, I keep going through a day. So
Oh.
whether it's the any kind of store, any categories are there.
Right.
Because ultimately, the consumers are the same, whether they are buying the Pepsi Cola or whether they're buying the Fly.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Next question. Have you ever had to explain what you do to someone who just didn't get marketing early in your career? Yes. Okay. One thing that I normally get is, you're saying you're in marketing, and marketing is just about traveling, no? Marketing is just about attending events, no? That's something that early in my career people used to ask me. So what is something that people ask you early in your career about that? And especially now, if people are asking 7 years ago, 20 years ago, people would have asked so many questions to you. What's that one thing that comes to your head?
Even when I was start of my career, I also thought that the marketing is a very glamorous job.
Okay.
But I think it's a job of the mathematician. You have to do the lot of data crunching, connecting the dots. It's a lot of It's the work of the art.
Yeah.
When you have to do the lot of creative thing.
Okay.
And it's the work of the fortune teller also. You need to see what is going to be work onto the fortune.
Yeah.
It's a very good job. It's not just the glamness alone. It has a hard work. It has a all of those aspects of the job is involved.
Yeah.
And unless until you are from heart, who love the consumers or who love this mindset, you can be the successful market. Otherwise, you will remain just living on the job.
That's okay. Next question. Have you ever taken a big creative risk that totally paid off? Yes. Do you want to tell us what it is?
Okay, so there was a one communication which in my previous organization, which we were working on it about the one exterior paint, and it was a very Hindi heartland driven communication.
Okay.
So the first risk was it does not have the pan India appeal. The second risk was it is a very cluttered category, and we have the less share of voice compared to the main competitor brand. How can this communication? But I have a belief if the insight has a good and good insight with the good creative act can deliver this asset. And it has done, even it has shaken the eater of the brand on that.
Oh, sure. Okay. Next question. Have you ever reused a campaign idea from a past brand but made it better? No. Okay. Last question. Have you ever taken a campaign from research to roll out in record time?
It's the everyday smart
Marketing.
job now.
Very true, yeah.
And it's keep reducing it. I don't know, it should not happen as the AI is coming. We will start from the research to inside in 20 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, if we have not put something from paper to execution in that time that feels impossible, then I don't think we are marketers.
Yeah. But as a marketer, we should get the good thing through process.
Yeah.
It should not just rush it in terms of the putting it out,
Yeah.
because you have to see output and outcome balances.
Yeah, true. Wow, that is the end of the entire episode. So done fantabulously well, and so happy to have you here, share your ideas, and also be very candid and open with us. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thank you. And I also enjoyed on this conversation, and I think something which we had spoken that's very true to our heart, and that's always happened upside.
Thank you. Thank you.